Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am coming back at you with another Wargaming in miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our store news updates. In today's store news, well, first of all, if you've never been to the store news, we usually touch on about 5 subjects normally. I talk about what I finished, what I'm working on, what kind of product we're getting in, or have gotten in, or getting in, and what kind of supplies I might have gotten in for my personal collections or painting or tape or boxes or stuff like that. And then the final thing is I touch on whatever news that I feel is relevant or interesting that's out there, either involving the store, usually involving the store or my circle of influence. Like, I'm not going to talk about news about what's going on in Israel or something like that. That's not what that news is all about. Okay, you know, I'm just being silly. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about is what I've finished. And this week I actually did finish something. I finished a couple of things. I finished my hills, first of all. You can see those videos in previous videos showing off the fact that I applied a number of this was all last week, I suppose. I applied a number of different flocks to one hill and gave it kind of a random look to it, as opposed to the texture paste underneath, because that's what I had originally done, was used a variety of texture pastes on these hills. And there was a couple of colors, mainly one, the light earth. I did not like the way it looked on the hill. It made the hill kind of look like a dairy cow. So I sprayed it with some olive drab, specifically trying to cover those spots. And that didn't come out good. I didn't like the way it looked. It made the grass that I had already put on the hills, it kind of ruined their look. So I decided just to go ahead and retexture the entire thing. And so I used like 6 different flocks on there with some stones. And you should check that out. Those hills look great now. They look 100%. Plus I put a few tufts on there just to give it like a 3D look. The hills and the mountains. The next thing I did was I added more water texture from AK to my lake, which I have actually in arm's reach. Okay, so this is the lake from AK, and you can see how shiny it is now, and it gives it a little bit of depth. It looks like a nice clean lake. I probably could have made it dirtier, but there's no need to do that. It's fresh. It's ancient period, you know, Middle Ages, Roman era, you know, or World War II, whenever, right? It could be sci-fi as well. Plus, I put a bunch of tufts around the edge. So basically, I finished this lake. Okay, so in addition to the terrain that I finished, I also finished a commission. This was my one of my customers had a German commission. Okay, the microphone's in the way. Let's move that. Which these are German SS. A lot of P dot camouflage on the German SS. So that is completely finished. Well, actually, it's not completely finished. I need to pop them off of the popsicle sticks. That customer does not want me to base them, so he's going to want them so that he can base them on his own. Okay, which is fine. So I sent him a bill waiting for that to get paid so I can send it off to him. And that's pretty much all I finished, which is quite a bit, actually. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm working on. Well, as you can see on the table right here, we have some French Napoleonics. I have a French Peninsula starter army that I am working on currently for this customer. This is also a commission. And I did a video on what's in the box, what's in the French Starter Army box. These are Peninsula. And so, plus during my live streams in the morning afternoon, I am working on these on camera. So if you're interested in watching me work on these, check out my Wargame Weeklies. And if you want to see what actually came in the box, check out the What's in the Box. And I'm also half-handedly working on my Marian Romans as well. So I'm basically prepping them and getting them ready to work on, because I'm not really working on them until I get these commissions out of the way. I've got a couple more commissions after this, and then we should be caught up. If you're interested in getting something painted for yourself, contact me at my email address right there, and I'd be glad to work on a commission for you as well. I'll quote you a price and tell you where you fall in the queue and all that. Okay, now supplies, right? I've gotten some supplies in. I got some envelopes. This time I got the manila envelopes. I had previously gotten some white envelopes. The manila envelopes are advertised as being more durable and sturdy, so I got them in so that when I mail out flags and decals and things like that, the envelope will be a little bit more stiff. I was also running low on my white, so I said, why not? Why not just get the manila one? So I got some manila envelopes. Big deal. And then I got some tubs. I got some Sterilite tubs, right? These little tubs here. They're advertised as like, put a pair of shoes in there, right? But that's not what I'm putting in there. You can see there's flock and junk like that in here. I got 24 of these. Just so you know, I got 24 of these tubs. These are perfect for holding all kinds of things. Like on my shelf, I've got like a tub like this with nothing but like Old Glory figures for French Napoleonics. I've got another one with British Napoleonics. I got another one with Republican Romans, Carthaginians, Macedonians, etc. Each one of these tubs uniquely has a bunch of like Old Glory bags or Flames of War or whatever. I've got other tubs up there with sprues from, like Panzer V sprues or Sherman sprues or half tracks or whatever. I've got tigers. I got all kinds of sprues up on that shelf. So these are like great to hold a variety of different things. Okay, in addition to that, I got a bunch of flock in from Bosch, right? Bosch, I was actually looking for scatter. This is called micro scatter, which is like super small scatter material, which is perfect for 15 millimeter basing, right? I also used some of this on terrain. I've got some gravel in. This gravel is actually cork. It's a cork gravel, so it's lightweight, is what I'm saying. It has no weight to it. But I did also order, which I don't know why. I could have got this out of the garden, but I ordered some stones. I thought I was going to make some stone walls, or which I still can, but this would be great for 28 millimeter like rubble and stuff like that. So if I was to ever do any terrain for that. Okay, finally, last thing. I ordered some Stone Mountain static grass. They advertise it as being 2 millimeter, and 2 millimeter static grass is the best static grass. Look how small this little package is. This package is like super small and expensive. This is like $4. right? $4 versus $7. I'm probably not going to be ordering. I thought this was some of my best static grass is actually the Stone Mountain static grass that I've got in a tub over there. And I was running thin, so I said, let's go ahead and order another bag, thinking it was going to be this size. And it came in this size. This is like, what is this, like half an ounce? I don't even know how much this is. Made in the USA. That's good. Ready to prime and paint. Okay, so I think that's a default thing. I don't think that has anything to do with this grass. Follow us, new, it gets a part number, but it doesn't say what's in the package at all, right? But that seems like it's a little bit darker than the static grass that I already have. But I guess we'll see. This, and it's fine because I don't mind dark static grass. I guess the reason why I'm running thin is maybe my previous one was this size as well. I don't know. I'm disappointed. It's too expensive for the amount that you get. Okay, let's put that tub. I got 24 of those tubs. A bunch of them, like 10 of them, are empty, but that's okay because I'm slowly but surely starting to fill them with various things. I'm trying to organize my work area, and that's basically all I got in for supplies. Okay, product. This week has been very good on product. I got a lot of stuff in. So if you're interested in figures, you should check out the eBay store located right there. That way you can, let's talk about product. Well, I got in a Warlord shipment. The Warlord shipment, most of it has not been posted on the site yet. Mostly I got in books from Warlord. And a few Perry models. I got Perry Agincourt medievals, but I also got in the Belgian Carabinier and a Belgian line infantry for black powder. So, but basically there's a bunch of Warlord stuff I haven't posted to the website yet, so give me a day for that. Also, I got in, looking at my list, Rubicon. I got in a giant box of Rubicon. So if you're interested in some World War II 128 scale or 156 scale or 28 millimeter World War II models, check out the Rubicon models that I got in. I got in a lot. Now I did get in a model that I was disappointed in. I misordered this. I ordered it. I admit I ordered it, but it was a mistake. I ordered in a 105 howitzer, and when I got it, it's listed, the crew is listed as NAM era uniforms. I'm sure you could take, if you already have some World War II crew, you could put it on there, but I think the gun is different. It's an M102. I don't know if that's the same gun that is used in World War II, but I could have swore that when I was going through my list, I only picked World War II stuff, but I must have picked that by accident. I don't know. So, but other than that, if you're collecting NAM era stuff, I've got a 105 howitzer. Plus, I got a bunch of Germans, Russians, American, British. You should check it out. I got a bunch of walls and fences and stuff like that as well. Anything from a motorcycle up to a heavy tank. So you should check those out. Okay, that's Rubicon. Victrix. I got a box of Victrix in that the box was so big that I had to take all the models out and put them into two separate boxes that I keep in the house. Okay, so, like these giant Amazon boxes, that only took half the models. So I got Napoleonic figures, a lot of Napoleonic figures. I got mostly British and French. I didn't order any of the. Well, actually, I might have got some Bavarians in too. But either way, I got in a ton of ancient stuff like Romans, mid Republican Romans, uh, Carthaginians, Germanic, Gaelic. I don't remember, but I got in. I got in a lot. Oh, Greeks, Macedonians. Yeah, I got in a lot of stuff from Victrix. Victrix always makes good models. Their prices are the best, and the amount of accessories that you get on the sprue is unequaled. Victrix, like hypothetically, just in general, let's say you got a sprue from a faction and it has like 6 or 8 models on the sprue, or men on the sprue, and then you might have 8 shields, 8 two-handed axes, you might have 8 one-handed swords, you might have 8 pikes, 8 spears, 8 bows. You might have, and you got like 20 something heads. It allows you to make, and they're all in different poses, so you can make an infinite number of different types of troops with just one sprue, usually. So Victrix is great. Okay, now I also added some fantasy figures from my D&D collection. I put that on the store. There's a ton of D&D models up there now. You should check that out. Also, there are not just D&D as in from Wizards, but also just fantasy figures like Warhammer and Grenadier and Ralpartha and stuff like that that I had painted and put up from my own collection. So both of those are up there. Dice. I posted a bunch of dice on the site. Basically, I realized that I've got a problem. I collect too many dice. I probably had like 1,000 dice, and so maybe more. So what I did was I pulled all my dice out, all of it. I pulled everything I have out, and then I said, okay, these are the ones I want to keep. Put them off to the side. And then the ones I said, okay, these are just me being uncontrolled and just ordering and buying way too many dice. So I put them into the sets and tried to organize them the best I could, and then I put them up on the store. So they're on the store. So if you're interested in some dice, I've got them on there. I've got scatter dice from Warhammer. I've got D20s, D6s. I got sets. I've got collections. All kinds of order dice from Warlord. I got all kinds of dice. You should check that out. Put up. Oh yeah, Old Glory. I got some Old Glory in. Mostly Brunswick Napoleonic, but with a few Old Guard. The new Old Guard cavalry, the Escaliers, or whatever they're called, Escadrilles. No, Esquires. I don't know how to pronounce whatever it is, but they're on there. What else? I got some. Oh, superhero figs. So like, I pulled out all my superhero models, and I had done this years ago. I had rebased HeroClix figures, cut them off the HeroClix base, and put them on 25mm bases because I was using them during role-playing games like Champions or Mutants and Masterminds or Marvel superheroes. Decided that it was time to let them go. So I put them up there on the store as well. I have some orc sprues. The Asbad orcs from Warlord. I had something like 30 sprues or something. I posted 20 or 25 sprues on the site. Each sprue comes with 3 orcs. Also, with all different kinds of accessories. You can have a mace, an axe, a sword, all different kinds of things. So you should check them out. They don't have any bases, but that's fine. And they would be good for like Warhammer. So rebase them, or Oathmark, or Warlords of Erewhon, or whatever you're playing. They're good. They're just or D&D. They're just orcs. You just have to assemble them and paint them. What else? Warlord, Rubicon, Victrix, Dice, Fantasy Figs, Superheroes, Orc Sprues, and Old Glory. That's what I got in. That's a lot. Now, I have orders pending that should be here any day now, like, I'm looking, V&V. I don't know what the V&V stands for, but it's a Ukrainian company that sells resin. I bet you it's 3D printed resin models. I don't know how long it's going to take to get here, but I placed that order, and that's one of the reasons why I placed the order, because I wanted to see what their turnaround time was. I wanted to see how long it took for me to get it. That's a big influence on me on whether or not I want to put orders in with you. If it takes 2 months for me to get it, I'm probably not going to do business with you, right? If it takes 2 weeks to get it, that's a big plus, and I'm going to be excited. So it's already been 3 weeks. Maybe not. Maybe it's only been 2 weeks. But either way, it's been a while, and I'm waiting. I want to see what they look like when they come in. If they're good quality models, something I can work with, then I'm going to reorder a bunch of those for the store. V&V looks really good visually on the website. I need to see it in my hand. Okay, so that's V&V on the way. I also have another order from Old Glory coming in. It's a much larger order. I don't even remember what I put in that order. So, yeah, that's coming in. I have Plastic Soldier Company coming in. That should be here maybe today. We'll see. And then I also have another order from Hobby Link. Now, that Hobby Link order has a bunch of Oathmark models in there. Maybe some hat, 28 millimeter, maybe. Okay, that's right. I wanted larger stones, so I ordered coarse ballast in the last order, but that wasn't large enough. Those are like little bitty stones, great for like ground cover or something like that. More like a gravel. I wanted larger, like a stone, so I ordered some talus. So when that comes in, plus I ordered a bunch of models. We'll see what we get. And that should be all the orders that I've got out. I did get in the new order form from Wargames Atlantic. It took a while for me to get that, but I did get it in. And so I'm thinking about putting an order in from Wargames Atlantic. But I don't really need to. I'm pretty well stocked up on Wargames Atlantic. So, but I know they've got a few new models that came out. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that. News. Okay, so we're at the last thing I want to talk about is the sale. I have a sale that's going to be coming up probably tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to put it, this new sale, this November sale, is going to be for painted models. So anything that's finished, like that building or those D&D models that are not painted by me but painted by the company, but they're still painted. So D&D models or the fantasy models that I've painted, my American War of Independence, my World War II models, anything that I already have painted is going to be 10% off. So that's great. And then in December, we'll have another sale. So these are 1 month sales. This sale will go up probably the 13th today, and it'll probably last till whatever weekend, the first weekend of December is. Yeah. That's the new sale. Okay, also what I'm working on is maybe some additional videos. I have some books that I want to do a review, like the new Hail Caesar book, the Caesar's Gaelic Wars, or Gaelic Wars, Germanic Wars, Wars in Gaul. I don't remember what it is, but it's a brand new book. I'm going to do a book review on that. I'm going to do a book review on the Harn World book. I'm going to do a book review on maybe the second edition Hail Caesar rule book. Those might be done today as well. Again, come back during my live streams if you're interested in watching me work on these French models. And that's the end of the news. Thank you for coming out and checking out this news. Be sure to check out my eBay store right there, where you can find a lot of these models. That's what this whole news is all about, is my eBay store. Also, if you're interested in a commission and you want me to work on your models, go ahead and drop me an email, and I would be glad to quote you a price and get me started on working on your models. All right. I'll catch you in the next one.